Morning guys, this is James from Advanced In-Car Technologies. Just due down to the popularity of us removing the door card on a Transporter T5 Caravelle California. This is a 2017 facelift, this is the T6. And we're doing this primarily just to show you how easy it is to take the door card off. And I'm going to show you in a few simple steps exactly how to remove the door card and with the right tools what we need to do. Okay, few tools that we need. Trim tool, good old trusty trim tool. We call this Fat Max, but it's a T30 Torx bit. 10mm spanner, open-ended spanner. And more importantly, the green T25 Torx bit as well for the screw in here. So we'll do the easy stuff first. So up underneath the door handle here, we've got a standard T25 Torx. Always handy to have little friend the magnet. Take your bits and pieces out and then you've got it nice and safe. Now this handle here comes out. Rather than attacking it from the top, do it from underneath. So if you do accidentally make any marks, you can cover it all up. He says. Well, I'm going to do it from the top only because this one is quite tight fitting. So once you've got your trim tool into the top part there, you can just lever it off with your fingers and then let the trim tool do the rest of the work. So it comes off, nothing broken, you've got two clips and two guide pins. It can't go on any other way because you've got fat and thin. Behind the handle, you've got T30. Two of these that hold the main part of the door on. Again, get your magnet handy. Like so, put them somewhere safe. Now the other fixing for the door is right at the bottom. Now basically what it is they've really tried to simplify things here. At the bottom of the door you've got two 10mm nuts, but they're plastic nuts, and all you need to do is turn them 90 degrees. Okay, so we're at this point at the moment, turn it 90 degrees like so, and then it'll unlock. So all I've done then is I've literally turned it from this locking position to this position. So it's 12 and 6 o'clock. And that means then that you'll be able to see that you've loosened off the bottom of the door. Now, make sure the door card or the vehicle is warm at this point, because if you're doing this in the winter, you're probably going to find that you're going to break some of these connectors around here. They're easily broken. I always carry spares anyway, just in case you need to replace any of them. So I put my hand underneath the door. You can use a trim tool. You put your hand underneath like so and put your hand in. Once you put your hand in there, just use your thumb and forefingers just to pull the door card off. Once you've got to the top bit, okay, again, just using my hand, you'll see that you've got the clips on the side here. They're all still intact. I'm going to work my way over to this side. Now, once you feel that you've got it relatively loose, you've got one quite high up here. You've also got one in there, and you've got a guide pin. So 1, 2, 3 down there, the two 10mm side lockers there, and then a couple up this side. Once you feel that you've got it loose, what you can do is you can just grab the bottom of the door and you can just push it up, because all it's doing is sitting tight on the gutter seal up here. Once you've done that, give that a bit of a wiggle. Now, you may need extra help to do this, because what you need to do is you need to then unplug bits and pieces. First of all, you've got the alarm LED, but that doesn't disconnect here. This disconnects on the door here. So with your finger, just lift up the locking tab and release. They've slightly improved these locking latches now, because what you can do is you can just ping this lever here and it pulls out and disengages. Much easier than the last one. Now this is where sometimes you need 2 people to do this. So what we're going to do is just going to release that's the electric windows. And while you've got somebody, you can turn the door card upside down and you can get access to these ones here. But what I would recommend at this point is actually you get a trim tool and a screwdriver and you release this whole mechanism from the actual positioning in the door. But I can't do that on my own. I need an extra pair of hands to be able to hold this and to get the trim tool in here to release, because the button for the electric windows, electric mirrors, etc. is hidden in here, and you can't undo the cabling for that until you've got that spare pair of hands. So give us a few minutes and I'll come back to you at that stage. Okay, so with an extra pair of hands, what I've done here is I have released 2 metal clips down through this hole here. So a small flat bladed screwdriver that's quite long, and you can depress the clip here and at the one at the bottom here. I'll show you these in a minute. You also got one either side. So what we've done is I've managed to get that to release. So you've got to give yourself a bit of slack. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to balance this. I'll then unplug our switches. So we've got the lock button there. You've then got the don't forget, I'm saying this, but it is a 2-man job, some of this stuff. What you could do with is, before you try and release these little connectors, is either a little tiny screwdriver, or you can use your thumb and forefinger. Push the plug in first before you try and depress the lug. And what you can do there is you can then get your thumb in there and release it. Now, you'll see in a minute, let me just release this. So we're now free. We can carefully take the door card down, and what you're trying to avoid here is any damage to this bit of trim, because there's only a small lip. And you can see the reason why it's in there quite solidly, because you've got this slight overhang at the back, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can't depress all of those, it's impossible. So what I did is I started off right at the top, and we did with a screwdriver, we disconnected these 2 here, and the 2 at the side here, so that's 4. The other 2 will come out with a little bit of prying from the trim tool. So that's that there, put that somewhere down safe. And then once you've done that, check that you've got all of your locking tabs in place. Okay, so we're missing 1 and we're missing 2. At this point, what I do use my trusty trim tool. You can use a screwdriver, and if you get your trim tool in behind and give it a bit of a jamming out, you can just get it out. What it does, it'll then unlock it so that it's ready to put back in the door card and it's not in the locked position. So again, to show you here, give it a bit of a wiggle, and then now none of those are broken and they are ready to go back in the door card. So this is a Transporter 2017 T6, removal of the driver's side door card for you. Once you're ready to put it back on, the most important thing, once you've reconnected all your cabling, is to get the door card to sit right over the top of the gutter so that it sits up against the window. And that's quite a common fault where people don't put those back on, it won't sit properly. You've been watching Advanced In-Car Technology. We're about to do a speaker upgrade in this particular job. I'm also doing some sound deadening, so we're upgrading for Alpine speakers and sound deadening to just to improve the roadworthiness of the vehicle and the sound quality. And this is Advanced In-Car. Thanks for watching.